Okay, so we're live. All right, so it's for Fright Night with Ferocious. We're doing the monkey tonight. I don't know if it's still in theaters. It might be.
Yes.
Um, in certain areas. So I'm sure it'll be on Amazon or somewhere soon because they don't take their time anymore. We're trying to get it on streaming. So all right, intros. Let's do Fuzzy. Fuzzy starts tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, hey everyone. Glad to be here with you guys. Yeah, this movie was definitely an interesting one, but we'll get into that more. But went to Monster Mania. Stayed in the room for a good bit of it, other than when Presto came by. But yeah, played some video games. Ate some food. A weird cheesesteak with like green and red peppers that just didn't match up well, but it was Jersey instead of Philly, so what can you do, kind of thing. But other than that, just
It
glad to be
wasn't
here with
that
you guys.
bad.
Yeah, it, it wasn't a
If
Jersey Mike's level or any other somewhat decent cheesesteak place. So yeah,
it was a
Okay.
7-Eleven type of cheesesteak.
yeah, it was like a step up from Steakum, but like not
Oh
a
God.
true steak kind of. It just it is
That's
what it
not a
is.
ringing endorsement. My goodness.
If you're
Yeah.
from out of state, like Utah, maybe it'd be acceptable.
Oh,
But us
hey,
us
hey.
Pennsylvania people, we know bullshit when we see bullshit, and
Us
that
us folks here can make something better than a steakum. So
Yeah.
just saying.
No. Philly, we have our own taste for like cheesesteaks. We're like the cheesesteak capital. Whether you believe in cheese whiz or go with just regular melted cheese, either way is good. But yeah, I sorry, DoubleTree and Cherry Hill, whatever that restaurant is. It just they should probably send somebody back to Philly and take notes both on the bread and the other fixings. But
So if you wanna work at Olive Garden, they send you to Italy. If you wanna work at DoubleTree restaurant, they send you over to Philly. I guess
no,
no,
that's
no,
they
the
don't. No,
internship
they
no.
program.
no.
No, don't get me started on Olive Garden. Like I don't even think that. No, I mean, people like their breadsticks. I'm not really a fan of the breadsticks or any of their other food. Like what was it, Boca de Pepo or whatever the place that we
Yeah.
used to go to. Unfortunately, they closed. They were probably giving away too large of a portion for the money that they were charging because they would do like a family style where whatever you're ordering, like it had normal plate pricing, but it was like a plate for four kind of thing. So that's probably why they closed. But food was good. Um,
Well, they
I don't
were
know.
doing well until the pandemic hit.
Yeah, yeah. The pandemic kind of wiped out restaurants in general out here. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we saw those ones shut down over here too. We had a couple Buca di Beppo, just a little ways away from me, and yeah, those things shut up shop real fast during COVID.
yeah. But yeah. Other than that, cheesesteaks. My recommendation is either Pat's or Geno's or Tony Luke's. Actually, I kind of like Tony Luke's over both, but Pat's
So
and Geno's are good.
there are no now two Tony Lukes. I have to find out what the other one's called, but apparently dad and son, he had two sons. Dad and son, one son, got into it because they were not doing their finances appropriately. And tax man came. One side, one son sided with dad. One son was like, "I ain't in this." So they, I guess they got into an argument or whatever, and the one son opened up another version of Tony Luke's. I just can't remember what the name of it is.
It's Luke Tony's.
Yeah. So pick your side.
Hmm.
That's what I tell people. Pick your side.
Whatever
So
one has like the pulled pork with broccoli rabe, that's the one to go to.
that's the
Unless they
Reading
both
City
have.
Terminal. At the Redden City
Mhm.
Terminal, they have the Nick's roast pork, and that's where they have that. That one's been on like Food Network and everything. That one's amazing.
Mm.
But I will say, Pat and Gino's, those are almost like the tourist spots for cheesesteaks.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
like my group of friends I met up with at Monster Mania before I met with you guys, they were from all out of state. They're from like Connecticut, New York, Hershey, he knows his stuff. But the other ones, like, they never had a cheesesteak, so they wanted Pat's and Gino. So before Monster Mania, I got half Pat's, half Gino's, and then we had halves and halves, and they got to experience it. Most of them like Gino's better.
Mm-hmm.
It's all preference. I mean, they're kind of the same, but I'm a whiz guy. I like getting cheese whiz on my cheesesteaks. Nothing better than that.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you're a Pats fan.
it depends on my mood, but they don't like in Pennsylvania. We don't fuck with cheesesteaks. Like, we don't put
Nope.
tomato sauce on them. We don't put mushrooms on them.
No.
Like, cheesesteak, it's like cheese and onions. If you want onions,
Mm-hmm.
don't ruin a good thing. We don't do pickles, like hot peppers, lettuce, like
So,
all that crap.
so let me tell you about my cousin's experience with cheesesteak. So she goes out to Texas, to Fort Hood, where her first husband was, because that's where he was stationed, and she goes out to live with him. She goes to, I guess, a restaurant or whatever. I don't know what level of restaurant it was, but she saw cheesesteak. So she's like, yeah, I'll have the cheesesteak. They brought her out an open faced sandwich with a steak on it and cheese. That was their cheesesteak.
What, like a New York strip or something?
Yeah, something like that.
She got.
Hmm. Yeah, she was very disappointed. Very. Yeah.
Yeah.
So every
I'd be pissed.
region is different. I'll just put it that way.
Fair.
Yeah. All right, so that was Fuzzy's intro.
I thought that was the cheesesteaks intro.
Maybe it was.
Tonight's episode
All right,
sponsored by Pats and Gino's.
Steakos.
There you go, Passaginos. All right, Silent, you're up.
Well, I don't know about all this stuff that you guys are talking about, but we just dip ours in fry sauce because that's the Utah thing to do. Now
Yes,
he's,
we know what that is. I saw Trailer Park
Presto
Boys.
sigh. Yeah, no, I'm happy to be here with you guys. Looking forward to talking about the movie, and I just got a nap in a little while ago, so I'm spry instead of feeling like an old man. So I am looking forward to the show. Should be a good time. I've been playing some Assassin's Creed, as we talked about in the back, and Fee was rolling her eyes loud enough that I could hear it across the internet, even without seeing a video. And I've been playing some more Balatro, so it's been good times. Yeah, I know. This just in.
Never heard of it.
Game Balatro. Yeah. So yeah, but no, it's I'm looking forward to it. It's good to have you guys here. Glad that Presto could squeak in a very short notice visit to the theater to watch this film.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he told me it lasted past his bedtime.
Sure did. Let me tell you something yesterday. So my buddy usually finds a way for me to watch new movies for free. For whatever reason, he could not find this one for me to watch free. So you told me about this movie at Monster Mania, I believe. So I had limited time. So I'm looking at
No.
No.
About this like a month ago.
Yes, we did.
Okay. My memory's a little fuzzy then, I guess. Or I was hoping there would have been a video I could watch of this movie. Let's put it that way. Well, come Monday, when I asked him, and he said, no, I can't find it anywhere, I felt the time crunch a little. So let's see, Thursday happened, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go Friday if I don't work. But then it ended up the closest one plane before the podcast night was like 40 miles away in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. So I was like, oh, shit. So then I was looking
Wow.
last night. I was like, what time is it playing? Is it playing at 8:30? So yesterday I woke up at 4. I worked 10-hour days, and then my boss's boss was in from overseas. So they let us leave at 4, and we had like a company bowling outing, which was super fun. But as soon as that was over, I had to go to the chiropractor. And then after that, I quick came home, showered. I don't even think I ate, and I went right to the movies to watch this movie. So I thought I was going to fall asleep during this movie. Luckily, I didn't, or at least I don't think I did. So yeah, Fee, suck it, because I was able to watch it, and we're on the pod now.
The
Well,
dedication.
we don't know if you fell asleep. We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty cool that Kevin Bacon was in this for that short cameo. That was pretty rad.
Oh, I must have only saw Kevin Smith. Damn.
That's when you fell asleep. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Is that when they were at the zoo?
Yes.
All right. Just so everyone knows,
There was
no
some
spoilers.
conversation about walruses or something. I don't know.
Oh, they hooked it back together with Tusk. I love it.
Yeah, full circle.
So yeah, that was my week. Last week, like Fee said, we had Monster Mania. I was lucky enough to meet up with them a little after I got stuck in the traffic, but still good to see. Still good to have Fee working the table so I could hang out with Fuzz alone. That was always fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I will tell you though, Fuzz got his cheesesteak and your salad from that restaurant, and then I got a burger just from the bar. And we went in the restaurant to eat, and they looked at Fuzz and they're like, "Did you get that here?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Did you get this here?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "You guys can't eat in here," and kicked us out.
Oh,
Yeah.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
Such an asshole.
It's like, dude, I bought the burger right in the lobby, right next to your restaurant. Like,
And it's made in the restaurant.
yeah, Fuzz
Right.
Fuzz is eating a meal, and that poor short little girl over there, yeah, that's Fee. She has to eat at the table because she's working.
Mhm.
So yeah,
That's a weird thing to get upset about in a
Yeah.
restaurant. I was like, oh, so these people that you're hanging out with right here, they purchased food from us, but you didn't? No, sorry, you all gotta go. Like, fuck off.
well, and the
But
weird part
they-
was we even sat at a dirty table. Like there were empty cups there. Like it wasn't even,
You did
yeah, it
you
wasn't
did
even
them a favor.
yeah, like it wasn't even like we used a good table where it's like, oh, we just cleaned this. It was like,
Yeah, but here's the funny thing, though, is that the burger that you bought was still cooked in the restaurant.
yeah,
It was just taken out of the restaurant to go. They have this little kind of like pit, in the lobby and stuff like that, where you can have like they can set up like popcorn and like hot dogs set up and everything and some sodas, so you don't have to go in the restaurant. You can just kind of grab and go. And the food is actually cooked inside the restaurant and then put out there. So I don't understand why you couldn't sit in there. That was weird.
it's like on the Burger King, get an order to go and be like, you know what, we're gonna eat in here, and then be like, did you order that through the drive-through? Yeah, you can't eat in here. Okay.
Yeah, because so I take Fuzzy on the field trips for my school because it allows my principal not to have to have so many staff members out of the building. So we had to have 5 chaperones. So we had 3 teachers go, and then one of the teachers' sons went. He's like over 20. And then I take Fuzzy. So we went and stopped after we went to the Baltimore aquarium. We stopped off at this little kind of like strip mall area, kind of similar to I guess in Jersey it would be like in Millville. If you've ever been to Jersey, it's kind of like that, maybe a little smaller. And then if you've ever been to like Exton, Pennsylvania, um, how they set up theirs there. So you have like the strip mall, and then you might have a center restaurant that's somewhere in the parking lot, and then maybe there's another grouping of restaurants and businesses, right? So we're letting the kids basically walk around and stuff like that. So I went over to Subway, and Fuzzy went to Wayback,
Mhm.
and I just went into Wayback and was like just eating my Subway in there, and nobody said anything. So I don't get it. It's just
Someone
weird.
that
People,
Server was
someone
having a
probably
bad
got
day. Mhm.
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Someone probably got picked on in school or something, and now they're asserting authority, or who knows.
Fee probably paid her off because I'm always so mean to her.
She's like, you see that guy over there?
I don't know. Was
You
it the
an
short
asshole."
blonde? Was it
No,
the
it's
short
like the
blonde?
older lady with glasses.
Oh no, it wasn't the short blonde.
No.
Yes, I don't know what was going on with the short blonde either. I don't know. I guess somebody called out that day, or maybe a couple of people called out.
Bitches be crazy.
I mean, I hate to say it, but DoubleTree, I don't know if they understaff during the horror conventions or what, but I've never really gotten the best service out of them. It's always hard to get a drink. You always have to like there's no room at the bar. They don't even allow you to kind of like the other, guests or whatever don't kind of allow you to sneak in and get a drink. So you sit at the tables and it takes them forever to get to the tables.
I mean, to be honest,
But
if you walk up to the bar, they probably wouldn't see you from the other side. So maybe that's
Pretty
why you
much.
don't get served.
pretty much.
It does seem like poor planning that they wouldn't have been paying attention. Like, hey, this thing's coming through, so we're gonna get slammed with extra people.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if they don't want to, because they of course have to pay for the extra, pay for that.
Sure.
Or if people just call out because they don't want to deal with it, because that place gets
Probably.
packed.
I could see it both ways, but I mean, if it's the fact that they're just trying to be stingy on the staffing, because they don't want to pay more for that, like the less staffing you have, the less people you're going to serve. So it's a cyclical
Yeah.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
that will directly affect your bottom dollar.
I mean,
at
maybe
one point, what?
I was just saying maybe she didn't understand I got the burger from there. Maybe they do. There's a couple fast food places around, so maybe she
Yeah.
thought I went to like Burger King and got a
Burger King.
burger there and eating it or something. So
I mean, that would be fair. If you got a burger from there, it's worth shaming you for. So
Yeah.
I get that.
Especially Burger King.
Yeah.
For the record, I didn't get a Burger King burger.
Well, I don't know. I think sometimes we should shame McDonald's too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. McDonald's used to. I don't even know how I can say this with a straight face. McDonald's used to have a seal of quality when it came to their food. I don't know what the hell happened over the last 10 years,
Loosely.
but it has gotten so much worse than it used to be.
Yeah.
Their
fries used to be the
had.
go-to. But
Yeah, dude, their fries were golden back then. Now they're golden, but they taste like shit.
Well, they went to that vegan type oil. And then when they went back, I don't think they remembered the recipe. I'm just saying, I think somebody threw it out. Like, you remember they threw out the map in Blair Witch? I think that's what happened.
that thing down the river.
Damn, you're just shitting on everyone tonight, Fee.
And while we're at it, why don't we just shaft
Let me
real quick, too?
tell you what grinds my gears. Oh boy.
And don't get me started on that fucking Olive Garden.
Yeah. Well, no, that's fuzz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember that's fuzzy.
Is it okay? I got Longhorn, guys. Like, are you gonna judge me, or is Longhorn safe?
No, I
Well,
like
you
I like
Longhorn is-
Texas
Longhorn.
Roadhouse, so
Seasons 52, a
Longhorn
little bit
safe.
above Longhorn, but Longhorn's always a good deal.
Yeah,
Except for when
it's
they
good.
mess up Fee's order.
Yeah, Texas Roadhouse is not safe. I'm sorry, but Longhorn is.
Okay, I'll work with that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
they messed up on my order 3 times one time over at Longhorn. I still like them. So
You probably ordered wrong 3 times.
no, I didn't order wrong. And it was my salad. So
Oh,
I asked her, I told her, I said, I don't want any croutons and dressing on the side. She brings it to me and there's dressing all over it. So I'm like,
Are you sure you didn't say
I
dressing
want
inside?
it was all over, like it was dripping off the plate. And I'm like, no, I didn't
Jesus.
order this like this. And then the next time she brought me a totally different salad.
Huh.
It was like I wanted the Caesar salad and she brought me over the house salad.
Oh
And I was like,
man.
but I ordered the Caesar salad. And then she brought it the third time. And I was like, I just like, can I get the manager? Because it came over with, again, croutons and dressing on it.
They totally spit in your salad. They-
Yep.
You got a big old.
That's not dressing.
yeah. Oh.
That's the
Well,
special
one
sauce.
time, so let me tell you, one time we didn't eat at Longhorn for a while because I
Don't be
went
telling
and I
this shit because
ordered.
I'm eating it now. So
Well, that's fine.
I found this really long pubic hair in my steak
Oh no
that
no
one
no no
time.
no! I don't think I would ever eat at Longhorn again if that happened. But no, and I know for a fact when you go to a restaurant, you really can't. It can't not happen because I worked in restaurants for a very long time.
Mhm.
There are things
Oh, boy.
roaming around. They do stop as much as they can when it comes to mice and roaches.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Absolutely, and flies. But the thing is that sometimes when that fruit or those vegetables in those crates, sometimes they have other type of things that are bunched in there, especially with like lettuce and stuff like that. And I know sometimes they can't get to it because of the way they chop it up. So I went and I poured all the dressing that I wanted on it, put it all together for myself. And I'm getting down to, I think, the last of the third, maybe I was like 3 bites away. And I
Oh, God.
noticed it was in there.
What?
A
And
was
crouton.
it wasn't a crouton.
a mouse foot.
No, it was just like a little beetle.
Oh,
It
fuck.
wasn't a fly or anything. It's just one of those little beetles that likes to eat lettuce or whatever.
Oh.
But
Oh,
it
that's
had been
cute.
sitting there. And I'm like, I ate almost the whole thing, not noticing it. And I was just kind of done.
So you
And
ate the beetle.
like, I know, but the guy was like, hey, can we just package up the steak for you? And I was like, I don't want to eat anything. Like, he comped, I think he comped both dishes. And he's like, don't worry about anything. And he's like, are you sure you want me to package it up? I can make you a new one. I was like, nah, I was kind of done. And I don't
Yeah,
even
he
think I
didn't-
ate salad or steak for a while after that.
Yeah, he didn't want the extra attention from food safety side of things. He didn't want
Yeah.
someone to file a report. He's like,
Yeah.
no, dude, I'll get you 3 extra steaks. Just keep this on the low.
Yeah, I think
Don't
he
tell
even
him
gave
about
us
our
a gift
Beatles.
card.
Oh God, yeah,
Yeah, I think
that's
he even gave
super
us
suspect.
gift cards or whatever. I
That's
was like,
that's
we
a guy.
eventually.
Oh God, sorry.
Yeah, extra protein. Yeah.
Extra
Yeah,
protein, exactly. Yep,
Okay, Crispy. Extra protein.
yep. All
It
right.
counts as a vegetable on the health food pyramid.
Uh-huh.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because that's all they eat. So it's basically the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Sure. I'm sure. Yeah, sure. Okay,
Mhm.
we're gonna move on from that.
Movies.
So yeah, so basically what I've been doing is working, but I went to Monster Mania. And the thing about Monster Mania right now, for me, is that I pretty much, for that one right there, I pretty much saw everybody I wanted to see prior to the show, but I did get to meet Beverly Randolph, who is who was in the Return of the Living Dead. She was really great, really nice and everything like that. But she was talking about the Cinebacker. She was also talking about, not as much about the Return of the Living Dead, the sequel that they're doing for Trash's Revenge. But she did mention it a couple times. But she was also talking about her other film, which I think is called 72 Hours, that she's doing. Her husband is in movies too. So, and I think they're shooting out in Los Angeles. But she was also talking about how New Jersey is giving a lot of tax breaks, and that's why a lot of movies are being filmed in New Jersey lately, because of that. So you might see a film shoot near you soon if you live in Jersey. But yeah, but that was nice to know. Eli Roth was there. He just had a baby, I think 6 weeks ago.
He did?
So yes,
He looks great.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
impressive, man.
I know he really does. He looks really great for having a 6 week
Bounced
old
right
baby.
back.
But he had to wear his wife said, "You can go to the convention, but you better wear that mask. Don't you take that mask off." So
So he had the mask on, but then he was taking it off for pictures, it looked like.
yeah,
So I guess
but
that's not
otherwise,
horrible.
yeah. But otherwise, he also, so you saw his table, right?
Yes.
So his table was all the way in the back, and then he had a front table where the people were having their money taken and stuff like that. So if vendors were coming by, the guys that, oh, I have 10 items for you to sign, or I have 20 items for you to sign, because they're doing it for somebody else and they're getting like a fee for it. Those individuals were not walking up to Eli and talking to him or anything like that. So it kind of reduced some of the people to going near him, which I think was a good idea considering he has a baby at home.
Yeah. I mean, they had him next to Chris Jericho, who had a huge line all weekend.
Well, yeah. So Chris Jericho, I found out, was actually taking online orders for his autograph signings. That was pretty good idea too.
Yeah, they're getting with the technology these days.
Yup.
I mean, he was charging $100 for an autograph and 100 for a picture.
Yeah,
It's
he
a little
wasn't doing a
steep.
combo, was he?
No.
Yeah, I heard he wasn't doing a combo.
Tobin Bell was there. That's who I met. Jigsaw.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's not forget him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he signed for an hour after everybody else. He agreed to sign until 7:00. That
That's
was
awesome.
nice of him. That was really
Yeah.
nice of him.
I'm sick of Monster Mania getting shit because you see people always complaining about, oh my God, I waited in line for hours. Oh, you should limit it to like 20-second interaction with a person. And it's like the celebrities kind of gauge how long they're going to talk to you by the energy you give off. Sometimes they only sign something, you go on your way. Sometimes they want to tell you a story. Like everyone gets their turn. You want to meet someone, you put in the time. Like
So,
I got there it opened at 4 on Friday. I got there at 11, waited in line, met Tobin Bell by 5:30, and then I had the rest of the con to like hang out. Like people show up right on 4 and like expect to get right up there and meet them. Like it just doesn't work that way.
yeah.
True.
Well, the thing about Tobin Bell is that they gave out, like they did for Robert England, they gave out tickets for Tobin Bell. instead of having that kind of huge line. So it kind of reduced some of the traffic and everything. Now for Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis, because I guess they were not consistent in how they were signing and stuff like that. Sometimes they were faster than other times. They didn't give out tickets. So yeah, because I thought it was just between the 6 and 7 hour, but it wasn't. It had started. They had started putting tickets together prior to that. So I
And
don't know if he had said a certain amount or whatever.
and wasn't Gina Davis the one that had her own booth? Like they brought up, was it Gina Davis or Susan Sarandon? One of them had like in the bar room, they had put up curtains so you couldn't see her unless you were meeting her.
That had to have been Susan Sarandon because that wasn't Gina Davis.
Okay, one of them I know did, and I was just like, huh. I think The Undertaker did that when he was at Monster Mania 2 years ago or whatever.
So Gina Davis was in Riverside, and she was in that back corner over to the right.
Okay, it was the other one then.
Yeah, it was in the
she was
one
in
in
the
the
same
gallery.
room.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, Monster Mania and Dave does an amazing job. You're always going to have people complain. They want a bigger venue, everyone. Okay,
Yeah.
go to the one in November in Oaks. Like, Dave, it must be so stressful to run a convention because it's like
Yeah.
you get someone for this convention and they're like, oh, but get them for the next one. I can't make this one. It's like, it's the same thing with bands. Like, bands announce a tour and you always have like a million people that are always coming like, oh, come here. Oh, come here. And it's like, dude, we're playing 20 minutes away from you. It's like, yeah, but it's 20 minutes. It's like so annoying. It's like they announce tours usually long enough in advance that you could like request off of work. You could plan out like if you really want to see them to drive. Like, just gets annoying and old.
The one in Baltimore, Maryland, at the Hilton, that one's huge too. Nobody complains about the lines or anything at that one and the space or whatever. It's a huge area. It's not as big as Oaks, I'll tell you that. But it's definitely bigger than Cherry Hill. They had everybody in the same all of the celebrities were all in the same room. They didn't even need a separate room. And there was still a lot of space.
Yep.
So, yeah, Fuzzy was there.
I mean, it sounds like you dragged that poor guy everywhere. He retired not to be your chauffeur.
Yeah, and he complains a lot. I'm telling you, he does complain.
You know when he
I
didn't
just
complain
about traffic.
He's like, son of a bitch.
last Friday when he knew he was going to see me. That's when he didn't complain.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all something else. He also, which he never ever does, he always complains to me about, oh, we have to be done sooner. We have to be done sooner. I don't want to be late.
I know where this is going.
And yet he told them he was going to be late for the gaming podcast because he had to hang out with Presto.
Yeah. 2 brochachos hanging out. I don't see what's wrong with that.
Hey,
I see how it is.
Come on.
Fuzz, nothing but love.
Always got to save time for your bromigos.
Yeah, we would have been hanging out sooner if you didn't get stuck in an accident.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 76 and 676 were just a mess.
Yeah, we didn't get down there until about almost 7:30. And I'm running around. And I had called Allie. I had messaged her on Facebook saying I was going to be late and stuff like that. And when I got there, nobody even cared that I was late. They're like, okay, good, you're here. So I was like, wow, this is a lot better than work. Wish I could get paid for this.
Okay, so now that we did a whole half an hour about bad food places in Monster Mania, I think we have a movie to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Do we have an obligation to talk about the monkey? Is what you're saying?
Yep.
Because I saw it. If I didn't see it, I would have
Yeah.
just faked it this whole podcast and kept talking about other stuff.
You know,
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe we should just talk about some short films instead of the monkey. You know,
Yeah, let's hurry up and watch them right now.
No.
You guys gotta stop playing.
sorry, Presto.
I did my homework. I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right, I guess we gotta talk about the monkey. Okay, so who wants to go first with first impressions?
I'll go first,
Okay.
as I was the one that most recently saw it.
Oh
So
yes, definitely.
I read the IMDb thing just to kind of get a little insight about it, and it really doesn't tell you much. So even though I read it, I was like, I still don't really know what this is about. Like, so I went in pretty much with an open mind. A lot of people loved it. There were some that hated it. So I was very curious to see where I would fall in this. It was shocking. There was a lot of stuff that happened that totally caught you off guard. I would say a lot of the kills were very gory, but they happened so fast you couldn't even process the gore. Like you were like trying to think, like, wait, what did I just watch? And then like something else happened. You're like, well, it's not important. So I enjoyed it though. I look forward to talking about it more in depth.
Mm-hmm. All right, who's
Next.
next?
Fee, what did you think about it?
Why are you always trying to make me go first?
I just
You're
went
supposed to
first.
second.
We want to gauge where we're at, so that way we don't upset you.
Age before
Yeah, like-
beauty.
Like you're really worried about that. Anyway. No, I really liked it. It was, of course, not necessarily the same story that Stephen King wrote. There were a lot of liberties to it, but it was unique. It was something that I didn't expect at all. And Theo James was really good in it. He was playing two parts. Especially when you have to play two different personalities. It really is hard to remember all of the details as you're filming, because a lot of what they used to do in the past was they would allow you to see a screenshot of what you just did, and a lot of directors don't do that anymore. I know the Coen brothers don't do it, so the actor doesn't really, besides what they know that they've done, they really don't know how it's going to look until the final cut, or until the director allows them to see anything. And it really is the director that determines whether it's a good cut or not, and the actors are removed from that nowadays. The only one I know the Coen brothers let do it was it Jeff Bridges? He's the one that did the character, the dude, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So he let the Coen brothers let him do it for one of their films and stuff like that. But they're one of the directors, one of the set directors that doesn't anymore. So I can just imagine Theo James trying to figure out, wait a minute, which character am I right now? It's not like you can do all your parts for one character and then do all your parts for the second character. I couldn't imagine that being the case either. So I think he did a really, really great job going between the two characters. Who's next?
I guess I can go next. I mean, for me, wasn't really expecting this type of movie. Kind of expected it just to be creepy with this, toy monkey thing type of deal, and it was expecting like demons and whatnot to come out. Didn't read anything about it before. Just went off the vibe of the movie poster kind of deal, and was pleasantly surprised that it had a bit of humor in it and a lot of gore. But like Presser said, it pretty much was like a flash. Like it went by pretty quick, kind of catches you off guard kind of deal. But yeah, for the most part, enjoyed it. But I think the big thing was not really expecting this twisted of a story around this demonic item kind of thing. So was pleasantly surprised by that twist of story, and how the thing started off in the first 5 minutes was pretty interesting as well. But yeah, it caught my attention from get go and kept it the entire time. What were your initial thoughts, Cypher?
Yeah. So I tried not to watch any more than I could before I went into this, just so I could kind of be surprised one way or another. But I gotta say, even though I watched the trailer initially that came out for it, I expected this was going to be more horror. Like I felt like it was going to be maybe a little bit higher tension and stuff. Wasn't really expecting as much humor. So that was something going into it that I just wasn't really expecting necessarily myself. I also, having probably never seen anything else with Theo James in it besides Divergent, I was a little bit nervous because those Divergent movies were okay, but it wasn't necessarily fully my thing. So I was like, all right, we'll see how he does. I'll be curious. Of which, we'll talk about it later, and Fee talked about it too already, of course, but he did do a really good job with the characters through this film. Yeah, I didn't know really much about this going into it, besides that it was based loosely off of the Stephen King short story. But yeah, I was interested to see it because it looked ridiculous. I was expecting maybe some more focus on the gore a little bit, but it does actually go very much along the same lines as Long Legs, which was done by this same director. So yeah, I was actually surprised when I got into it that they kind of threw me a bit of a change up on what I expected from it.
Nice.
So Theo James is in a television series. I think it's The Gentleman. Yes, it's called The Gentleman. So I mean, I don't know if I'm not sure what streaming service it's on, but I can tell you it's pretty interesting. I think it actually it's on Netflix. So it's about an aristocrat, Eddie, who inherits the family estate, and then he discovers it's a weed empire. And I know some of the scenes that they released as part of the trailer and stuff. He has an older brother who I think knows it's a weed empire, and he's trying to get it from his younger brother who Theo James plays. And the older brother is very adamant about getting this, to the point where he's like threatening the lawyer and everything like that. So I've seen a lot of good reviews about it. So I don't know if anybody wants to check that out on Netflix. But if you want to see Theo James outside of Divergent and outside of this, and see him playing an adult in an adult setting, I think it's, the trailers look good. I just haven't had the time to watch it. So that's my plug for Theo James, because I actually like him. I know some of you all might not, because
just one of us.
Yeah, I mean, well, Divergent didn't do so well. I don't think it was necessarily his acting that was the
No.
problem.
No, it wasn't a knock on him necessarily so much as I remember how I felt watching those movies. And then
Yeah.
when I saw him in it, I was like, shit.
Yeah.
But that's, it's really nothing against him. Sometimes people are in bad movies. It happens.
So what I think you should do is I think you should see at least an episode of The Gentleman and see how you feel about him after that.
Yeah, I mean, where it's on Netflix, I may as well.
Yeah. It
You
said
know?
it said Netflix, and I know it's out because it came out March 7th, and it's saying it's only on Netflix, so I'd give it a watch.
Yeah, I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, I like Divergent too.
Sorry, Rush. No, just disregard my old man hate towards Divergent. It's fine.
Yeah, Brothers Grimm said it's definitely worth the watch.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, then,
Yeah.
I'll give that a shot. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah, so just try. But yeah, Theo James definitely was a plus in this. What was your guys' favorite part for Theo James? Like, what was your favorite?
I think it was
This might be spoilers, guys.
I think goodness. So I forget the names for them, but I think the main one, the one that focuses primarily on not the alternate, like the darker version that's out here trying to do all these horrible things. I think the more innocent version was kind of funnier to me, easier to kind of relate to. Also, as like the person put in a very ridiculous situation, trying to make the best of a shitty situation as it is. And I felt like he did a really good job at portraying like someone who's just frustrated with the situation they're in and trying to make it work out, but shit's just not stacking up in his favor. Yeah, it was fun to watch that version myself. Fuzzy, what was your favorite?
So that would be Hal, by the way. Hal is the
Hal. That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Hal is
the good brother.
What was the name of that one?
Billy. He's the one with the guilt. Let's put that.
Yeah. Okay.
The mullet.
Oh God, that was a choice. Ooh.
Scariest part of the movie.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. I think there was a couple of scenes for Hal in general that I liked. Like when he's taking a phone call from his brother at the hotel and the air conditioning is about to fall, or after it actually does fall, and he's trying to warn somebody not to get in the pool kind of thing, and just how they spontaneously explode kind of deal. That was a pretty cool scene, but I liked the back and forth he had with his son in the car with the real estate lady, and then with him trying to go through the house with the real estate lady, and they get to this one door and she's messing around with the keys. It's like, something is bad on the other side of the door, but you don't quite know what it winds up being, and the fact of how it just, one minute she's there, something falls and she's not there anymore, kind of thing. Those were probably my two favorite parts of the movie. But just his, like, you could tell he was always like played pins and needles when he was playing Hal. Like he wants to protect his son, but he doesn't want to be around his son because he knows the bad luck kind of follows him, kind of thing, and he doesn't want it to affect his son, type of deal. But just that whole dynamic. But those two scenes in particular, and just how he's like nonchalant, like, all right, we gotta leave the hotel. Lady just parts just flew past me. We gotta get in the car. We gotta go.
Someone just combusted. Don't look over to the left as we leave the hotel.
Yeah, those are my favorite parts. What about you, Presto?
I'm gonna take it for a spin. He was cool and all, but let's talk about like the real hero of the film. My favorite character of the movie was the priest at Mass.
Oh shit!
The,
Yeah.
the priest at mass was the funniest character in the movie. So, spoiler, the babysitter is watching the boys as they're younger. They go out to a Chinese hibachi place, and the hibachi chef is flirting with the babysitter, but the one son has the hots for the babysitter and says he's going to marry her one day or whatever. Well,
That was Bill.
yeah. Well, the monkey, once you wind up the monkey's thing in the back, the key, someone dies. Well, it happens. The hibachi chef slices the babysitter's throat, decapitates her right at the restaurant, head falls on the grill, everyone loses their shit. So then, next scene, they're at church at the funeral, and there's her body in the casket, and everything the priest is saying is like so cliche. Like, sometimes you gotta get ahead of life. It's like, what a choice of words. She got decapitated. And he's just like rambling and like keep saying the wrong things, and he's just like,
Or when it's like,
it is what it is, body of Christ. Like, it's just
everyone dies. Everyone dies. It could have been you. Why wasn't it you?
Yeah, pointing at a little kid, like, why didn't you die instead of him? Like, he had the best little 5 minutes in the movie, I would say, with the comedy he brought. I actually looked him up on IMDb. It's like, this guy's got to be in other like movies, but he's really not, unfortunately.
Sad.
But
so sad.
Yeah, he definitely made that part of the movie comical for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I like when Bill tells his mom to wake up. He's like, "Wake up, mom! Wake up, mom!" And then, he's like, the priest is like trying to say something. He's shut up. And then at the end of him telling him to wake up his mom, he's just like, "Go ahead, keep on talking. You can talk now or something." I'm like, it's just an outburst, and you feel for the kid, but at the same time, it's like nobody's gonna stop him.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's gonna put their arm around him and pull him away and hug him. Nope, they just leave him there. Telling his mom to
Sometimes you're
wake up.
sometimes you're so shocked that someone's reacting a certain way. It's like you don't know if you're supposed to interject. You're just like, do I let this person go through their stuff right now, or do I, try and like show some love or support?
Mm-hmm.
But they were all like, no, I'm not going up here. This is awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
especially
then,
the aunt and uncle. They just they
Oh.
were like, we're here for you, but we kind of wish we weren't.
yeah, exactly.
I kind of wish they weren't too, because they were giving me some creepy fucking vibes in that movie.
Well, they were swingers.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were, and it was creepy.
And then he wouldn't take off his suit.
Yeah.
He's like, somebody else is gonna die.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to have to take it off and then put it back on. If I take it off, it'll just be more funerals. If I leave it on, there's no more funerals. Wait, what?
Like logic. Yeah.
It's a kid that's hurting. All he knows is death. So
yeah.
But then he modified his suit as an adult.
Mm-hmm. And some racing stripes and some flames.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did.
And a mullet.
Yes, he did. What I liked, the scene I liked was the wasp scene.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well,
there were so many good kill scenes in this movie. Like just across the board. I feel like maybe the mom was probably the only one that I was like, when they showed the first version, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, it's all right. But all the deaths in this, like that first one at the very beginning in the pawn shop,
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
That set the tone though, like that.
It did.
As you were watching it, I was just kind of like, all right, let's see what we got here. Like, well then, so I don't know if you guys had the same previews, but there was Did they show the Final Destination movie in your movie?
No, but
I
are
don't
you
I
think
think
talking
they
about
did.
the?
I
Yeah,
Are you
think
because
they
they're
talking
might
about the
have.
supposedly
shop?
bringing it back. Yeah.
Yeah, the tattoo
Never
shop.
mind.
That's it. That's yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that first scene in the pawn shop, like that was Adam Scott, right? From Step Brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I thought so, but
that was
yeah,
the dad.
Yeah.
he he definitely set the mood with that kill. Like, I
Mhm.
guess we could talk about it because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all spoilers.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I could fully describe this kill, so if someone else wants to take this one away.
Just imagine a pawn shop with, you have weapons there, you have
Mhm.
instruments, like music instruments, you have some toys there, and you got this weird statue with like a, what do they call it? It's not a dart gun, it's like a harpoon gun.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, that's probably not a good idea to have that in there, but the dad wants to return and he's like, yeah, this thing it murders everybody. And it's like,
And he's
once
got
the
blood
hands
all over
come,
him, by the way.
The
yeah,
monkey we're talking about, not the harpoon gun yet.
yeah. So he's trying to like to return the monkey, toy, and he's like, "Don't call it a toy. It's definitely not a toy. Don't ever say that." And he's like, once the drums come down, somebody dies. You don't want the drums. And I think the guy either turns the key or does something to make it so the hands come down, and it's like, oh boy, what's going to happen? You see like this little rat in the pawn shop, and it's chewing on like a rope or something. Like, what the heck is he doing? What's going to happen? And sure enough, the rat chews some sort of cord that was, I guess, holding something that hits the statue holding the harpoon gun, and the harpoon gun goes right through the teller at the behind the
Mhm.
counter. And you think that's it, because like, yeah, he's definitely going to die from that. But that's not it. I forget what winds up happening. Either the rat jumps down or something happens, and then it causes it to retract the harpoon from the guy, and this is
Yeah.
yanking all of his intestines. Like I guess they say we have what 10 feet or 14 feet of
20
intestines,
feet.
20
20
feet
feet.
of intestines wrapped up in us. Yeah, we got to see all 20 feet get ejected out of him from the
Yeah.
harpoon. So yeah, that was an awesome start, and yeah. I still got
Definitely
questions
the
about the
next
dad in
movie.
general, but we'll get more into that later. But
Yeah. So that's we were talking about it in the chat earlier, um, and it was brought up that like I wonder how they would do a sequel or something else in this. They could do a prequel and
Mhm.
have Adam Scott in here and cover more on that side of things potentially.
Mhm.
Also because like we see such a small explanation or like such a small introduction for that, and then that's it, and then it shifts to the kids. It's
Mhm.
like there
I
could
know,
have
but
been a
you could.
whole story there.
Yeah, but you can do a sequel with the son.
You could, you could, you
Or
could do a
just someone
sequel with the
else finds the
son.
monkey.
Exactly. Like,
Mm.
they think that they've thrown it away or they finally got rid
Mhm.
of it for good.
Like
And
Mhm.
somehow
Jumanji.
it manages to get, yeah, somehow it manages to get back to someone, right? And all hell breaks loose again.
The
Fucking
whole
monkey.
town is
Mhm.
tortured or torched.
Yeah.
But my question on the dad, and maybe I'm reading into it too much, or maybe I'm trying to make things happen that didn't really happen, kind of thing. But there was another set of twins in this movie. Unfortunately, one of them also with a mullet winds up, you know, having a bad day. But was that the same dad? Like, I know they showed him briefly on the bed, but wasn't that him for the other twins? Or am I mistaken? Was that like a totally different guy that was wearing the cop outfit? Because I'm starting to think the dad in this just used to wear a lot of like different uniforms to hook up with women, have kids, have twins or whatever, and then
Are
bounce after a while to go get some cigarettes or something weird.
you talking
Like,
about Adam Scott? Like, did he play two characters?
yeah, did he like was didn't they show him later on when the other twins were talking about? I think that monkey reminds me of my dad or something. and they showed him on a bed. They showed whoever their father was on a bed, and it looked like he was wearing the same sailor or pilot outfit or whatever. But apparently, I guess he left a police uniform instead of like the.
He's only listed as he's only listed as Captain P.D. Shelbourne.
Yeah, I just checked that too because I was curious. I don't think it's related, but
did they
maybe
say who
that's
the other
something they
father
dive
was
into
from that flashback scene for the other
I'm
twins?
trying to find it. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it. It just says, nope, that's the female police officer.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he may have played.
I'm thinking it's the uncredited guy because they have a ticketed cop uncredited. No, but that's a female though.
Yeah,
They're not even listing the guy that was in the film.
I'm not seeing it at least.
Yeah, I'm not
So
seeing
I
it
think
at
he
all.
may have been the father of those other twins as well. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it because it was like a brief thing. They show the guy on the bed, and he had like a similar hat. I thought he had the pilot hat on still, and it like quickly bounced from that. And then it was like the other guy that had a problem with wasps or bees or whatever wound up saying, "Yeah, I wanted to get the monkey back because it reminds me of my dad." And I'm like, did he father other twins? So maybe that would be the sequel. The brother that's still left. It's like my other brother was killed by a bunch of wasps or bees or whatever, and I got to go back to the military. Yeah,
man, he
I
wasn't
find
even
my
killed
dad.
by those wasps. He was straight up fucked by those wasps. homie got a raw treatment with those wasps.
Yeah. And it figures not only did he shoot a hole in the windshield, but he shot a hole in the freaking the hornet's nest.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he was definitely screwed. He should have listened to the Hal and so let him back up or get up out of there. And maybe he'd be alive. Maybe not. I don't know.
So
maybe he would have backed up the car and never got hit by a semi truck or something. But
all right, let's talk about Elijah Wood's character. Does anybody remember Ted?
Ted. Who could forget Ted?
I enjoyed that cameo. I didn't expect him, and then when I saw him, I was like, "Oh shit, okay, that works for him."
It was short. I mean,
it was short but sweet. But yeah, his character was a gem.
I'm just thinking. Okay, you have Hal as a husband, and you divorced him because he's got issues, and I'm not gonna say she should have stayed with him because he did have issues. But you go to Ted.
He was the winner in that scenario in her eyes for some reason.
He was Captain Parent.
Oh,
I don't know. That was just weird.
Yeah, I just don't think money in that situation is worth being married to Ted.
But I have your power.
Yeah, maybe that's what he took from her is her power, and she couldn't leave anywhere.
Oh man. Yeah, that was just a weird dynamic.
Yeah, that was very weird.
Felt uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
I mean, at some point, Hal should have been, completely honest. Like, hey, the reason why I don't want to be around you because I don't want you to die. Everybody around me dies, kind of thing. And you're probably going to be next. So
But it's one of those things, right? Where like if you tell someone the truth, more than likely in a scenario like this, like who's gonna believe you? Who's gonna? Oh, that's right. An evil maniacal monkey toy is coming to punish you and kill everyone around you. Oh, makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Yep, makes
Uh-huh.
sense. It covers the last 20 years or the last 15 years or whatever that you've been out of my life. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think that
I
passed
think
the muster.
yeah, as a child, I don't think I would believe that either. But yeah, Ted was reading his own book right before the meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that ego. I couldn't take that
it's
ego.
Mm.
And
so
money
good.
worth that much. He was just so energetic. I'm like,
It,
you
it
wear me
was.
out.
You just wanted to punch him. Like he just had that punchable personality.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
He played the character
Definitely
great then.
punchable.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really did.
Yes.
Elijah Wood's in everything now. He's in the new Toxic Avenger coming out. Like, he just does
Mhm.
all these small roles that just are like, you don't expect him to do them, and he does. And it's awesome.
Yeah. When did they say they were going to release that again?
I thought it was like
Toxic-
in July or something. They
Yeah.
released an official trailer or teaser. Looks interesting. I think the little
Well,
dude from Elf is the Toxic Avenger.
yes.
Yeah, we'll see. Keep an open mind. It's one of those
I mean,
classic movies.
so at some of the film festivals, they had people watch it, and actually people really enjoyed it and stuff like that, and they were wondering when it was going to be released, and that thing was made a while ago.
Yeah, like a year or two ago.
Mm.
I'm thinking more like 2 or 3 at this point, and like they had never said when they were going to release it or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, I saw an article about it saying that it was going to be released, and it's supposed to be a limited release. So I don't even know if it's going to be in our area. I'm hoping. I've seen all of them. I want to see this one
Mhm.
too.
They'll have it at the drive-in theater, and what was that?
Oh yeah,
Mahoning.
Mahoning.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Play the original one and play the new one.
Uh huh.
Mhm.
Yes,
I'd go
Fuzzy
for
will
that.
be officially tortured.
You know, if I go, he won't complain.
That is true. That is
Bow,
true.
chicka,
I will get
wow,
less
wow.
complaining.
That's okay. I'll just stay quiet on this one.
We'll
Since I
fly.
haven't seen it.
We'll fly Cipher out
Hell yes.
to our
I'll take
area,
it. I'll take it.
and we'll have a little drive-in movie thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
I'll be
just
in
got
my
rid of our
car.
last drive-in here, so you'll be in
Yeah.
yours. You don't want to hang out
I'll-
with the Bromigos?
I'll be in my
Okay.
car, and all 3 of you will be like,
Yeah.
we'll be in Presto's car, and Fee, you can be alone in your car. It's fine.
You saying we're gonna dick dock in the other car?
That's
Yeah.
gonna,
Is
that's
this
gonna
like
bring.
I know
the human
Presto's planning on
tripod or
this.
something? Like, what are we doing?
I'm just saying. I know Presto will be like, "There's no room for you, Fee." I know he'll be like that because he
Mhm.
just
That's
wants to be with you guys.
that's probably accurate. I don't think there is room for Fee.
Mhm.
See, I told you.
It's not that I don't wanna. It's just there's no room. Like, please understand. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I believe it.
He would never not invite you. It's just there's not space.
All right, I'm just gonna say
Oh,
you
no.
give off bad vibes. There, I said it.
No. He'll invite me to the Mahoan Drive-In, but he won't let me sit in the car with y'all. Is what I'm saying.
Let you
Well,
sit
yeah,
on top of
you're
the car.
you're our runner. When we need food, you like run and go get it and then bring it
See,
back.
I'm the runner. I won't even have time to sit with you guys.
Yeah, that's the plan.
would-
You know.
Why would you have the short person be the runner for the food? It's gonna take longer.
I know that's less time with
Oh,
her.
really?
What the shit? I don't want cold food. Damn.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
That's why you get the ice cream and snow cones. You don't have to worry.
Sorry, Fee.
See how it is.
Mhm.
So
Wait, what's this? Maybe
with the monkey,
Goldsby.
what was your favorite kill?
Ooh.
Because there
Uh-oh.
probably was 10 plus kills, I would say, and
Yeah.
some were long, some were like real short. There was a one scene where there was almost like 2 or 3 kills right in a row, and it was like a total like 15 seconds. It was just so fast. Like the lawnmower scene, that happened like super fast, and then it was like, oh wow, shit! I just realized what happened.
So the guy, because I don't know if they even put that person up, but the guy that was standing there, it looked like somebody that I had seen in another movie.
That never happened before.
I know, but it says the lawnmower neighbor. I don't know. He doesn't look like the same guy.
As what?
So, okay, I'm
He
trying to think.
doesn't,
I'm
he
trying to
doesn't
think
look
of
like
his
the same
name.
guy. Of
I've been
who?
trying to think of his name, but the lawnmower neighbor is the guy that actually was getting killed by the lawnmower. But there was another guy that was getting blood splattered
Shot on
all
his
over
face.
him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, who was that? Because I can't find the listing for it. I
That
can't find the
was
guy's name.
Jason Burkhardt. It said it was.
No, that's the guy that was actually getting his arm his body torn off, right?
No, this is the guy that got the blood shot at his face.
Yeah, he doesn't look like I don't know. It's just weird. He looks like a different actor in
But he
the
doesn't
like
look like the
when he was in
actor you
the
think.
movie. Yeah,
That's some fee shit you're
but
saying right now.
whatever.
So what was your favorite kill? I apologize. Fee?
I told you the wasp one. That was my favorite.
Are
Because
you
they
gonna
just went
explain?
past Hal. All they did was go past Hal right into the kid's mouth. And he just nonchalantly is like, kind of like, I didn't think that through. So yeah, I like that one.
Fuzz, what was your favorite kill?
It's a toss up between the pool lady and the air conditioner that just spontaneously combusts or explodes.
Yeah,
And
because you think you think she's gonna get electrocuted and that be the end of it.
yeah,
Psych. What happens, Fuzz?
she completely explodes, and one of her legs goes flying at his head up against the door. And stuff. So it was like almost like a lightning strike when it obliterates a tree kind of deal. Yeah, it was kind of along those lines. But also the lady that
The
was the
aunt.
real estate, yeah,
It was the
but the
aunt or the real estate agent?
no, it was the real estate agent. Like the
Okay.
aunt one, that one was cruel. Like she was already on fire. She already got hooks in her face, and then she gets jabbed through her eye, or she gets jabbed through the brain through her eye hole, and yeah, that was the end of her. But I think the real estate lady, because she's like hitting on him at the last minute, she was like, "Oh, don't worry your pretty little head." I was, "Oh, did I say that out loud?" And she's like fiddling with the keys, and she's like, "Oh, I think I found the key." And it's like she opens the door, shotgun or rifle like falls down and goes off, and she's blood spatter all over the room. So the room goes from white to red in no time. So yeah, that was pretty awesome because you knew something was behind the door, but I
Mhm.
figured it'd be like, oh, a thing of swords or something would fall out and chop her into pieces. No, shotgun just blows her to bits, kind of deal. So yeah,
Cypher?
Cypher, what was yours?
Yeah. Yeah. So, God, I'm conflicted on a bit of it because yeah, the freaking closet with her was amazing. Just I think if there was any complaint I had about this film, it was probably the fact that I wish that some of the kills you would have seen more. Maybe it would have taken away from the kills just how shocking it was with how abrupt they were. But man, I would have loved to see some more of what happened because it feels like it's done so fast. And some of those kills were so brutal that it would have been fun to actually see a little bit more about that or like what was going on with it. But I probably still go back to the swimming pool primarily because that one just like he literally just turned into a human bomb and just launched all directions. And like you said, he like gets hit and stuff, and it's like that was a good way to kind of start it off pretty early on. Besides, obviously the pawn shop scene. Um, can I throw in an honorable mention though?
Yeah.
It was just because it was super cheesy, but I really enjoyed at the very end when they're in that building and Bill takes the freaking bowling ball to the face.
Because that's what he wanted to do in the beginning.
That shit was so fucked up.
He
Like,
well,
it was so cheesy looking, but it was gnarly.
well, in the beginning when they were kids and he was laying in bed and the one brother got the bowling ball out, the good
Just
brother,
want to drop a bowling ball on your face.
and he dropped, and then he dropped it, and then you realize it was a dream. At first, I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Like already this is happening?"
Yeah. I do see multiple folks mentioning bus scene. They Can't Stop Me mentions it just now. The bus scene at the end is very good too.
Yeah. Because you're not expecting it's like, oh, the cheerleaders and the pom poms and truck just decapitates.
Well,
It's like what you expect from Mortal Kombat or something.
I figured their car was going to get hit.
Yeah.
But so when that didn't happen, I was like, oh, nothing's going to happen. Oh, shit. Okay.
That one was a little bit spoiled for me because I think Bloody Disgusting or something, before the monkey came out, they had a school bus driving around LA with that scene, like the bodies hanging out the window. So I kind of figured something like that would happen in the movie, but just how they did it at the end of the movie, it happened so fast. It was like you didn't remember it.
Yeah.
I would say I had two scenes that I liked. The one they didn't even show, well, kind of showed. It was the uncle when they were talking about him getting stampeded by like 2,000 horses in a sleeping bag. Like they didn't show it, but they pulled open the sleeping bag and it looked like a bunch of cherry pies that were like got all smushed up. Like it was just like, oh, he got fucking demolished in that sleeping bag. So that was a good one. But then also, I think we talked about a little was let's see, the aunt at the house. Like she was walking up the steps because she was in the basement investigating stuff with the gun in her hand. So you're thinking, oh shit, she's gonna like shoot herself or something. Something bad's gonna happen. But then when she falls through the steps, and then the point of view that the camera's shown, and all of a sudden her head quick pops up and she has all those fishing hooks in her face. You're like, oh, that's fucking brutal. But then it shows like her in the bathroom picking them out and then using rubbing alcohol to like sterilize her face. But then what happens, of course? The stove's on. So she goes to investigate, does what anybody would do, put her face right next to the burner, and then her face catches on fire. You're like, holy shit, like that's insane. But then it doesn't stop there because then she runs outside, runs down the steps, runs in the yard, and runs face first in the back of like the mailbox that's spiked, and it just like goes through her head. And it was just like four sucky things happened to her, and it's just like, oh, that poor woman. So that was probably the one that was like, fuck. Like,
she got abused. She got abused so hard.
Yeah, she got the worst of it for sure. Like all the other ones were kind of like quick deaths, I would feel. But this one was just like, wow, the minute or 2 minute death scene this was. It just got
Yeah.
worse and worse for this poor girl.
Moral
Yeah.
of the story is if you're one of the husband or wife in that swinger couple, you're going to die a horrible death. You're one of those
Yeah.
swingers.
But even that was comical when the guy swinger died, and then like it
Dude,
cut
the
to the
sleeping bag.
scene.
Oh god.
Cherry
Yeah.
pie. Yeah.
It isn't. That's the best I could describe it. Is like imagine like a cherry pie. You just mush it up, and then you
Oh.
open it up. Like that's what the sleeping bag looked like.
Yeah. I brought my daughter to the movie, and when that happened, she looked over at me. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Now this is the one that's the teenager though, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, but she's 16.
Was she a teenager? She like I just became a teenager, or is she kind of?
She's 15.
Well, she's middle teenager, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's seen plenty of horror movies, but I haven't really shown her a lot of like the splatter movies by any means. And this one's not necessarily that in certain aspects, but there are some pretty gnarly scenes, and it was funny to watch her response.
They listed it as a splatter horror on IMDb.
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
yeah, that was like one of the first things.
There were definitely a few that matched up to it, and it was funny to watch her response. We were there with my friends. Also, I invited them over, and my friend's husband hates scary movies, right? And so this was a lot of fun. Every time that something would happen, hearing his responses too, because like lady takes the freaking spike to the face from the mailbox, and I just hear like, Jesus fucking Christ. It was funny to listen to his responses in the process. We're actually gonna bully him into going to see Clown in a Cornfield here when it releases too, because he hates clowns.
Yeah, well, you do know
good.
that you do know that that is a
Based on a true story.
no. No, they're trying to get the young audiences to go to that one. So I don't think it's rated horror.
What? Wait, really?
They're trying to get young audiences to go to that one.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, then we need to.
I just recently saw that.
Then we need to have him watch something else, because.
What's it called again? Clowns in a Cornfield.
Clown in a Cornfield.
You could take him to Steamboat Willie comes out April 2nd.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. Wait, what?
No, it is rated R.
Steamboat Willie. It's the people that did Terrifier. It's about the Mickey Mouse, but it's a horror spin on it.
A horror version of it? Oh, okay.
And actually, there's a toy store in Levittown called Scare Pros. Amazing toy store. And they actually announced that next Saturday they're having the director, producer, one of the actors or actresses all going to be there signing for free, which is pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm debating about going.
Do it.
You freezing on us?
Who?
Is it me or him?
No, I just had it on mute because Heidi is now deciding she wants to be a menace right now. So I had to put myself on mute so you don't hear her purring or.
Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nope.
Is Fee having a stroke? What's going on?
Fee, are you there?
Imagining things.
The edibles kicked in.
Looks like we lost Fee for the night.
No. She thinks she's talking to us, but she's actually sitting at the table, just staring out into space.
No. Listen to me. I have hallucinations. I don't need edibles.
Mm-hmm.
I took the first one and I waited for 45 minutes and nothing happened. So I took another one, and then 15 minutes later, oh fuck.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. We gotta discuss this. We have to
Oh,
discuss this.
oh,
Somebody put this up in the chat. Okay, we should
okay.
have time. I don't get why some people are scared of clowns. I don't get it.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I
Clowns are
mean,
creepy.
eh, eh,
some are. I mean,
eh.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I definitely don't have a clown phobia like some people. Like, I love the movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Some
Yeah.
I
people
like
have
that
seen
movie
it,
too.
some haven't. At Monster Mania, they had 3 of the people that were in the clown suits. I got to photo op with them in the clown suits. It came out fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there are some clowns that give off creepy vibes. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
afraid of them, but there's that clown motel that would be scary as fuck to stay the night at. Um, it, it
True.
it is awesome. Uh, but yeah, I'm trying to think of like a creepy clown. Like, of course, people say like Terrifier and stuff, but
Yeah.
uh,
Feels it
I
feels like
don't
Art
think
the Clown
Terrifier.
tries too hard. I feel like it's just too torture porny from my personal preference. Like I'll watch the new ones as they come out, but
So
it
I
feels just too much. I don't know.
I don't even think it's torture porn, to be honest with you. I mean, torture porn has more than that.
Okay.
Like, it has
I
more
mean, I
cringe
mean he
value to
I
it.
mean he did shave off the fucking tits of a woman
Yeah,
and wear it around,
yeah,
which
that
was
I know, but there's okay. So he has his gestures. I think because I was talking to one of my teacher friends, and
sure.
the thing about it is that when I look at a movie, any movie, it could have bad acting in it. I don't care. It could have bad lighting. It could be, almost black throughout some of the movie, and you still can see some of the characters, but you can hear them perfectly through the sound.
Mhm.
I can't get with bad sounds, and I can't get with not enough gestures, either facially or, kind of visually in what they're doing. Like, their hand gestures or their body gestures. And Art the Clown really doesn't have that. I
what?
mean, it's one thing not to talk. It's another thing to prance around, not really, how can I put it?
He's
In a
so
unique way.
It's just not very menacing.
he's so
No, it's
animated and
not.
expressive.
He's not really that expressive to me. I've seen expressive. I think he's trying to overdo the expression, and I
Oh
think
my
that's what's
god,
killing it for me.
Yep, I agree.
you're
It just
killing it for me.
I agree.
but
they
that's
tried
why I'm like,
they
because
tried
I
too
straight
hard.
up, I know, and even the acting, even the victims try too hard. I've
Oh
seen
my
torture porn.
lord, are you
I've seen
bragging?
torture porn.
It's so sad. We just
I'm
ruined it.
probably one of the only females that actually will watch it and be okay with it. But I'm just saying, it just seems like it's just over the top, and it's not really genuine.
Yeah,
Art the Clown.
yeah,
You know, I mean, Michael Myers never talked, and I still like him.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and I'm sure
because
he was
he's
so
not
expressive,
dancing
right?
around. He expressed all he needed to express with his menacing nature.
Exactly.
Or the clowns, fucking sorry, pardon the pun on it, but he's fucking clown shoes.
Listen, it makes him creepy. He doesn't talk. It's very rare you
That doesn't
have.
make him creepy.
It makes it rare that it's like Yuffie. If you don't talk, it's like, ooh, that's creepy because something's brewing. Like, you gotta be
No,
afraid.
not
Yeah,
really.
but like in horror movies, it's rare that you have like somebody that moves fast and expressive like him and doesn't talk. Usually, if you don't talk in a horror movie, you're kind of slow and lethargic. So I feel like it adds an aspect that it's almost like opposite of what you normally see.
Mhm.
Or they normally will talk
Eh,
like Man, you bitches are
Nah.
crazy.
Nah. You are really trying, though. I'll give you that.
I feel like my pinky has more excitement and expression in it than that movie.
What was
Well,
that
yeah,
movie
we're
called? Let me see. I think it's Redwood Massacre. Let's see.
another 3.2 you're gonna bring in this chat.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. Redwood Massacre, the first one was really good. Annihilation, I'm gonna be honest with you, sucked. Okay, I will totally be honest with you. Redwood Annihilation, which was the second one, really, really did not. It was one of those movies. It's like we got to do a sequel because we want to make some money off of the gold that we just made for a low
Whoa, whoa,
budget
whoa.
horror.
Time out.
What?
I just did a quick IMDb. Redwood Massacre, the first one, got 3.2. And you're telling me the second one is better or worse?
No,
But
I'm
the
saying the
second
first
one,
one's better.
the first
I
one
don't
at
care what it
3.2.
says on there.
Well, I
don't
trust
care what it says.
IMDb.
No. I don't care that it says on there 4.3 for Redwood Massacre Annihilation. I am totally disagreeing with that. But I will say this. In both movies, the person that's the slasher does not talk. At the very end, there's not much talking when it comes to basically, getting rid of the victims. So, but there's still more expression and more movement than in the Terrifier with Art the Clown.
Now she's really trying to just go for you because she just said that an IMDb banger at a 3 point whatever
Yeah.
crushed the pants off of Terrifier. I can hear Presto pouring himself a glass of whiskey right now to drown out the pain.
It's just like so ridiculous the shit she says. I think she just whatever I say just spins it the most opposite she can.
Doing it just to mess with you now.
Yeah. It's like one person can obviously not feel this way. Soon she's going to tell me like Terminator 2 was the worst sequel ever made.
Wait, which one?
The second one.
Oh yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't tell him right now that I've never actually seen any Final Destinations.
Wait, what?
I've never seen the Final Destinations.
You bust my balls about some of the movies I haven't watched. You haven't even watched Final Destination. God damn it. Okay, the truth comes out now. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Fake ass horror podcast woman.
Shit. Now I don't feel so bad about not having seen all these things.
No, you still should. Because I've seen both, so.
No, you go back to your clown corner.
Man, you guys tripping.
I don't know. Clowns don't scare me, but a little known tidbit. Fee is scared of clowns in real life. So haunted house clowns, yeah, they scare her.
So it doesn't bother you in movies or anything, but in real life, if you have an instance and that messes with you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Did you see
I can watch clown movies.
watch the movie or it's a documentary called Wrinkles the Clown?
Oh god.
Oh, Wrinkles the Clown?
Yeah. Do you know about that?
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen like the it's on one of the streaming services. I haven't seen it, but
yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I've heard about it.
It's like a documentary where like these parents and kids can call this guy Wrinkles the Clown and he shows up to scare your kids. And like it's like a scared straight almost. And it's just like a creepy clown and there's one scene where like it shows like a night vision camera where it's like the kid sleeping in bed and Wrinkles just like gets out from under his bed and just gets up. It's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
So,
good old.
That's not cool.
It's
so
wrinkles.
don't get any ideas.
Ooh,
Just
Fuzzy,
saying.
no ideas. No ideas, Fuzzy.
Don't get no
Wait,
ideas.
what?
No
Don't
ideas.
get no ideas from this mockumentary.
No. I already told you if I ever do like one of those short films, it's going to be stuff that like how I would respond to like weird noises or whatever at a creepy house or whatever. It's like, yep,
What-
we're getting back in the car and going home. It'll be the
Yeah.
shortest film ever.
They actually did one of those things, what would you do or something like that type thing where they actually woke people up, and then there was a zombie in the room, like somebody actually in zombie makeup and everything after this person woke up. They did it like 3 or 4 times. I was like, they are so lucky nobody actually sleeps with a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Because somebody did punch him out. I think that's why they stopped doing it. Because somebody did punch the guy.
Just cold cocked him, woke up from a dead sleep and just dropped him. My God.
Yep.
it happens.
I wouldn't want to be the guy dressing up. Shit.
Yeah, but no, clowns are creepy, and they don't talk. And even when
Yeah,
they
they do.
try and talk,
Some do.
yeah,
What
I know.
about
Even
it?
when they do try and talk, they talk in this weird kind of voice, happy or whatever, or sad or whatever, and it's just creepy. It's creepy.
So Sophie hates clowns because they're happy people. Nice. That's what I get out of this.
Confirmed. He
Yeah.
hates
Pretty much.
happiness.
Pretty much.
Yeah. If you're happy, you're a clown.
If you're happy
And
and you know
you're
it, he
sad.
hates you.
Never happy for anyone.
That's not true. I mean, I'm happy that you got to see Fuzzy. How about that?
So is he.
I'm happy that he got to see you. I wasn't happy that
Yeah.
he decided he was going to delay his podcast, though.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Do that for me.
Oh, shit.
you were working.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
You're-
excuses.
You're old
Mhm.
news.
Oh,
There's
I
a
see
new
you got your cheesesteak.
there's a new sheriff in
I
town.
did. I did get my cheesesteak. So
Hopefully.
if I suddenly go quiet, you know why.
What did you get on your cheesesteak?
You assholes kept talking about cheesesteaks. And so I was like, man, now my fat ass wants a cheesesteak.
What's on your cheesesteak?
Hell if I know. I'll look.
You don't know what you ordered.
No, dude, I was like, yeah, cheesesteak, that looks good. Done. That's all that mattered.
So back to the monkey then.
Yeah.
So,
Monkey.
So as I was watching the monkey in the theater last night, I thought to myself, do I really want that monkey popcorn bucket anymore? Like, maybe I should gift it to somebody.
Yeah, I definitely want that. That's gonna remind me of all that bullshit that happened to all those people. I'll be
uh-huh.
like, I'm so happy I'm not them.
I
Now,
might
does the
have, or
popcorn bucket arms move or no?
not anymore. I duct tape them bitches. Those arms are not moving. If they move, bad shit happens. So
Taking no chance.
yeah, this monkey is not. I actually disconnected the drum from him. I cut it off. I was like, you don't really need this, bud.
Put it on the opposite side of the room from him.
Yeah, you
Did it
don't need
bleed
this.
when you cut it off?
No.
No.
Yeah, that was a little freaky. Like,
Yeah.
he cut the arms off and it started bleeding, but like, I felt like that was a little bit of a missed opportunity because they really didn't like go into depth about it. Like, the arms just kind of reattached. It's not like anything really happened. But I forget. I think when the boys threw the monkey down the well, it gave me like leprechaun vibes. Because didn't the leprechaun fall down the well in the original one? after they shot him with the
I think
4-leaf
so.
clover.
I think so.
I mean, someone has to have seen it. It was just St. Patrick's Day, so every Leprechaun was on TV that's been
Okay.
made.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in a while, but I think he did fall down at a certain point.
Yeah,
You know, but
that's too good of a movie for you to see. So I didn't expect you to see it.
I haven't seen it in a while. I
It's a
will say this:
classic.
I haven't seen all of them.
Well, I mean, you have Leprechaun 1, classic, Jennifer Aniston, like
Mm-hmm.
solid movie. Leprechaun 2
Mm-hmm.
tries to find his wife, still good. Leprechaun 3 in Vegas, okay, I
Yeah.
guess. Leprechaun 4, you're in space,
Mm-hmm.
reaching a little. Leprechaun 5 in the hood, like okay.
Yeah.
And then in case that one wasn't bad enough, they did Leprechaun Back to the Hood. So he went back to the hood for a second time. And I think Ice Cube's in one of them. Ice Cube or Ice T, whatever one's on Law and
Mm-hmm.
Order. And the Leprechaun smokes weed with them. Like, that's what the franchise came to. But they're still all worth watching. I mean, if people watch the movies you recommend for us, Leprechauns will be a breeze.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? So let me see how many there were. There was Leprechaun in 1993, and then
There's 6 of them with
Leprechaun
Warwick Davis.
2. So wait a minute. Leprechaun 1 was in 1993. Leprechaun: The Return was in 2018.
That's a totally different one. That has nothing to do with the Warwick Davis ones.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay,
have
well,
him in it at all, and it did not do well either.
No, then there was another one. I think it was Leprechaun Origins with Hornswoggle, which was a WWF wrestler. That his gimmick was he came out dressed as a leprechaun. Like, so I guess if you're looking for someone to play Leprechaun, there you go.
Yeah, the first 4 were made between 1993 and 1996.
Yeah, they were pumping them bitches out.
Yeah. And then 5, which was In the Hood, was in 2000. Then they had Back to the Hood in 2003. Then they had The Origins in 2014. And then they had The Return in 2018.
You know,
So
and
that's
it's a
7
little.
of them.
I don't know if Origins really was part of it because they kind of went totally different, but it's a shame that like there was so much time in between some of them, and that's the best they could come up with when you watch the movie. Like, ooh, it took you 3 years, and this is what you came up with.
Well,
Yikes.
Origins was supposed to be a reboot.
Well, it was totally
So that's
different.
why it doesn't. Yeah, that's why it doesn't feel.
Well, and it was almost like when the leprechaun saw people, he like had like predator vision. He had like heat thermal vision or something. It was really weird.
Yeah. Well, Leprechaun Returns in 2018 was technically the only true direct sequel to the original Leprechaun. All of the other ones were in the universe, but not in the same location.
But that didn't have Warwick Davis in it.
Yeah, well, true. But I mean, it's 1993 to 2018. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel you. I don't believe
it's a lot of time. I don't think Jennifer Aniston wants to revisit Leprechaun.
Why not?
Stuck up bitch.
Fuzzy.
It's not like she's doing anything of value at this point except for Horrible Bosses, and fingers crossed I'll have another one of those.
Yeah.
But Friends wasn't anything to write home about.
Okay, we're not going to talk about Friends.
We don't need to. It's not worth talking about.
All right, look, we only got 14 minutes. About 14 minutes before Fuzzy turns into a pumpkin.
Unless
so we're not going to go.
Unless we're at Monster Mania hanging out.
So I'm gonna tell you what's on Cypher's cheesesteak apparently. Fuzzy, it's got red and green pepper stripes.
Ew.
Strips.
Oh,
Stripes.
Strips.
strips.
Well, they aren't striped.
Oh, let's not even
They're not
talk.
striped.
Let's not talk about this cheesesteak. I just read it and it makes me sad.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't live in the cheesesteak place, so I'll take what I can get.
What are you guys
Eggs.
known for out there?
Mormon.
We don't have
Food
enough time for
wise.
that.
Yeah, food wise.
Oh, fry sauce.
What's fry sauce?
It's ketchup and mayo mixed together.
Oh,
Usually with a
Robin's-
little bit of maybe like paprika and sometimes some garlic salt.
okay. Red Robin's has that. It's called campfire sauce.
Well, they can eat my ass because Utah made fry sauce before Red Robin's was making campfire sauce.
Okay, but they just took it and bettered it. You guys took cheesesteaks and made them shittier.
I got this cheesesteak from Jersey Mike's, so you can blame them for that shit.
All right. Well, first thing, let's stop calling it a cheesesteak. Like, let's just call it a sub.
Tell
You got a
Jersey Mike's
sub.
tell Jersey Mike's to stop calling it a cheesesteak.
Okay, you got a sub. You're eating a sub.
I'm just saying. Red Robin started in 1940, so I don't know.
Good for them. Utah's
Yeah, but
been
they-
around since like the 1800s.
So they had ketchup in the
Eminent
1800s?
domain, motherfucker.
Wait a minute, when was ketchup made?
When was ketchup made? Oh God, forever.
Why are you asking us like we know this off the top of our
Forever
head?
ago. Holy crap!
Actually,
All I know is Heinz.
I don't know.
How about
Yeah.
when Heinz was formed? That's
Yeah.
my best
When
guess.
did the Steelers build their stadium? Isn't that called Heinz Field?
So
That's when-
place of origin was the United Kingdom.
For ketchup?
Yeah.
Well, not
But they're
necessarily.
like putting beans on
Depends on the
everything.
timing.
It's like
So they
ketchup.
had it in mushroom ketchup soup, and it was in 1770.
1770. Oh,
That's your
Because
birthday,
everything
right?
they make sound weird. Mushroom
Uh-huh.
soup, or no, mushroom ketchup
Mushroom
soup.
ketchup, and tomato ketchup was in 1870, and it had anchovies in it.
well,
Why?
no. So there were other versions because there was one in 1812 that was created by a Philadelphia scientist.
Full of shit.
Whatever. Ketchup.
And then in 1850, I know, but in 1850 they dropped the anchovies.
I don't know why.
And then
Anchovies
that's
are
where
great when you mix
American
it in
ketchup
with
was formed.
stuff.
I guess so, but the term ketchup first appeared in 1682.
And
With
it was still,
anchovies.
and it was still catsup, CATSUP, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I remember back in those days. Back when
So we
used to
learned
eat
a little
Coke.
bit about ketchup.
Yes.
Do they put ketchup on hot dogs out in Utah?
You can if you want to.
You can if you want to.
It's a you have the right to put whatever you damn well please on that. You know what tastes really good on a hot dog? And this will annoy you too.
Oh boy.
Fry sauce tastes really good on
What does?
Fry
fry
sauce.
sauce.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
stick with
can-
mustard.
Campfire
Fry sauce,
sauce.
a little bit of ketchup and mustard on there as well.
I
with a
mean,
little bit of relish. Delicious.
yeah. Keep that shit in Utah.
And some of those deep fried crispy onions. Throw some of those on there too.
Those are actually good. I
Oh,
agree. Those are
onion
good.
rings?
Like the onion straws.
No, not
No,
onion
onion
rings.
straws
Onion
are good.
straws. Yeah.
Those are
Not
good.
onion rings. I'm not putting onion rings on my hot dog. What do you think this is? Shit.
Oh boy.
All right, we have about 10 minutes before Fuzzy turns into a pumpkin.
So I guess we do
Best
ratings.
your ratings, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not going first.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
going first.
I'll go first. I'm going to give this, since I enjoyed myself, laughed a lot, was shocked at some of the gore, but in a good way, kind of thing. I give this an 8. I know that's very, very generous, but I really enjoyed myself watching this movie. I think it's worthwhile watching. The story, like I said, about the father, I'm not sure if he may have fathered the other twins, but aside from that, uh, I kind of like the concept of the story, even though it was not very realistic, obviously. But this was one of those you kind of turn your brain off and just watch stuff explode or get burned or chopped up or whatever, or watch a lady push a baby stroller that's already on fire, kind of thing, or a guy that has a surfboard, through him stuck to a tree with his briefcase blowing in the wind, kind of thing. Like, yeah, this was a pretty awesome, funny, gory, you know, popcorn eating film. That's how I'll put it. I gave it an 8. All right, who's
I'll
next?
Next.
I'll go next. So I give it a 6.7.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it. I'd recommend it. I didn't love it. Um, like Cypher said a little earlier, I think I would have liked to see more of the kills. Um, maybe if I would have saw more of the kills, I'd be saying I wish I would have saw less of the kills. It's like they tried something new where they like it was like the wow factor and you had to like process it later. So I enjoyed it. If there was a sequel, prequel, whatever, or a one off, I'm okay with any of those to see. I guess it's kind of one of those things where how far do you want to go with this if it's a franchise? Uh so yeah, I give it a 6.7. I recommend it.
All right, Fee or Cipher?
Cypher.
Sweet.
Oh
Okay,
my
cool.
goodness.
Well, I'll give it an 8. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I will still say, like, Presto brings up a good point from what we talked about earlier. Is it might have been nicer to see some of these kills more fleshed out, but again, maybe too much of a good thing is not a good thing. So they did a good job at not overstaying their welcome on any of the instances necessarily. It was a very clean, like, timing wise movie. It was only like 96 minutes, so it was nice and in and out, and you were done. And it just had a really good flow to it. There's a lot of good humor. Like he said, the priest was probably one of the best characters, if not the best. Um, but yeah, it's like we hear so many times that all these people want to try and make this new. They want to have their new version of a Friday the 13th or a Jason or sorry, like a Michael Myers Halloween thing or whatever. This did a really good job at setting itself up for making, sequels or prequels or whatever without trying to be like, oh yeah, we're planning on doing that. Like, I think what the Heart Eyes or whatever it was, that new one recently, they're like, we expect ourselves to be like that, and then it didn't do great. This just kind of came out, did its thing, and I could easily see them making more of these, and I would enjoy watching. I think the creativity of the kills and stuff, it'd be fun to watch and see how they get more inventive with some of the occurrences.
Okay. All right. So before I say my rating, real quick, so I do want to say that this was a $10 million budget. Opening weekend was over 14 million, and then it grossed in U.S. and Canada over 36 million, and worldwide over 58 million. So it did really well. A lot of people went to see it. Um, our experience, I don't know about anybody else, but Fuzzy and my experience was that we went in there and we're like, oh, cool. We have the whole theater because we went in the last week of the showing in our area. And then two people walked in. And I think they were there for maybe 15, 20 minutes and then they walked out. We have no idea why.
Maybe if that was a Disney movie, like the monkey and knockoff of Aladdin or something, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I like for real because when you said that, I was like, I looked at my watch when it started to see like, oh, what happened? Like, what's the deal? But nothing ever came of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just kind of weird. It's like even at 15 to 20 minutes in, it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't that gory. It wasn't like that slow or anything like that. So I just thought it was weird. But I really liked it. I like Theo James because I've seen him in more stuff than Divergent.
He's so hot.
Okay, we all know I love chocolate, so anyway.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. This just went. Oh boy. Way to slide this one in at the end before I could get going on it.
I just about threw up into my cheesesteak that's in my mouth. So
I was the
Thanks for that.
mushrooms.
thanks for that.
Keep it up, Fuzz.
Mhm.
Thanks. Chocolate Thunder.
So I thought I thought the Christian, what was his name? Christian
Bale.
Covery. I thought he was good playing both characters well, and Colin O'Brien as Petey, I thought he was good, and definitely Ted's face was very punchable. So with all of that and the kills, I actually gave it a 9.
I knew you were going to give it something crazy.
Crazy. How's that crazy?
I think this is your highest score yet, Fee. I think 9 might be your highest.
I'm proud of
9
you.
might
Steve.
be my
I'm
highest.
proud of you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry,
You know,
what
this-
did you
this-
give it, Fuzz?
8.
8. And then Cypher, did you go yet?
Yeah, it was an 8.
Oh, wow. I gave it the lowest score.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was shocked at yours.
And it didn't even get a 7 from you.
No, 6.7.
I feel like part of it's because we were hassling you about going to see it and you had to fit in at the last second, so you didn't get to enjoy the experience.
That's actually probably pretty accurate because
He's sitting there eating his popcorn out of his monkey popcorn bucket. He's like, "Goddamn bully! He's trying to push me to watch this movie."
although I will say at my movie theater when I went yesterday, they had the Snow White popcorn buckets.
Yeah, they come with the hole pre-drilled too.
That's good. Saves me time.
Oh man.
Disney started doing that for everyone because they knew that it was just going to happen anyways.
But no, they're actually it looks like because of the Seven Dwarfs, it looks like a coal cart or whatever.
A coal mine.
Well, a coal it looks like it looks like coals in a wagon or whatever, but they're tricky because there's like 5 to 7 different color like rubies or whatever. There's like a blue one, a gold one, like so you got it. It's like Pokemon, catch them all.
Wait, are we talking about the hole in Cinderella's popcorn bucket or the popcorn bucket itself?
The popcorn bucket itself.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying because there were 7 dwarfs previous. Never mind. Anyways,
That's the movie that the other movie.
I'll go back to my corner.
Oh man.
What the hell?
All right.
Anyway.
Anyway, let's
Uh-oh.
go ahead and do outros. Fuzzy's going to do outros.
What, me start or I'm going around and I'll just start. This was
Yes.
this was awesome. Getting to chat with you guys about this movie. Was really looking forward to this, and just after seeing these obliterations or explosive kills and whatnot. Yeah, I'm so glad we got to hash this out, and thanks everybody in chat for joining us. We greatly appreciate you guys coming out. For those that want to hear my rambles and rants on anything gaming or movie related, just follow me on pretty much social media except Facebook. Just do a search for Fuzzy Belvedere. You'll be able to find me on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, X, or Twitter. I still rather call it Twitter than X, but you know where to find me. But other than that, I got a podcast, Xbox Ultimate, in like the next hour. We'll be talking about some video game stuff and probably a whole bunch of Assassin's Creed, which that's the new hotness right now. So, yeah, look forward to this next Saturday. Don't know what the movie is for next next Saturday, next Friday. Don't know what the movie is, but definitely looking forward to grouping up with you guys again next week. Who's next?
We'll look at our list first before we
Mhm.
decide. Cypher, go ahead.
All right. Well, chat, you guys were awesome. Always a joy seeing a bunch of familiar faces in there. Yeah, as far as where you'll find me, you're not going to find me anywhere else probably this weekend. Well, actually, I take that back. We might be doing a Balatro stream on Xbox International's channel tomorrow morning. So you might catch me doing that with Louie. He has failed to win a round after I helped him over the finish line on the first time, like over a month ago at this point. So we're going to see if we can try and get some of that lightning in a bottle again. Get that going again. Besides that, you'll catch me hopefully next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Xbox International Podcast. And then you'll catch me again on Friday for whatever show we're watching on here, of course. And then you'll catch me on Double Barrel Gaming's podcast in 2 weeks on Friday morning with Mr. Boomstick and Fuzzy and Korkenstein and whoever else is joining us, if we have anyone else hanging out.
Awesome.
All right. Presto.
It was fun. This one went fast between talking about the monkey and other stuff. You could find me on Blue Sky, Instagram. Yeah, keeping it simple. I don't know. It's what it is. What it is. That's my outro today.
All right. So you can catch me on Blue Sky. Yes, I'm still on Twitter, but that's because I have more followers on Twitter than Blue Sky. Join me on Blue Sky. Follow me. I need more followers.
Yeah,
Anyway.
let's get that fixed for her. Move away from Twix. I'm going to call it Twix now.
You call it Twix now?
Yeah, Twix. Twitter/X. Just be Twix.
Yeah.
You can also go on my IMDb page and just check out some of the things that I will be in shortly. I think the first one's going to be in May, and then one in June. And I'm working on a remote spot. Basically, I'll be like a reporter or something like that. So it's Fiona C. Johnson is my IMDb. Okay. And then just email me if you have any suggestions, like if you want to see a particular movie for us to do or something like that. Okay. So watch The Monkey. It was actually really good. And even though we gave you spoilers, it's still worth watching it. Okay.
Yes.
For the quirkiness. Right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we will see you next week, and we will be putting out what we're going to watch on Monday. Okay? Because Fuzzy's been bugging me about that. Right, Fuzzy?
Something like that.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Have a good weekend.
Later.
Let me see if I can push the red button.